Yes, lads, and welcome back to the Jebo37 YouTube channel. Now, today, guys, we have got the League One predictions. Now, before we do get into the video, guys, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who supported me over the National League predictions and the League Two predictions video. Now, if you haven't checked them out, guys, make sure you do go check them out. The link for that will be in the description down below. Now, yes, guys, I will get into the video now, and this is my EFL Sky Bet League One predictions. So yes, guys, if you are new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe to the channel and smash a thumbs up on the video and tap the little bell for notifications. And yes, guys, if we can get as many likes as possible on the video, it'd be absolutely appreciated. And yes, guys, we are now going into my Sky Bet EFL League One predictions. So in 24th place, starting off this predictions video, I've got Cheltenham Town. Now, for me, it's 24th in relegation for Cheltenham. And to be honest, last season, it does seem that the goals were coming from all over the team. Like, they never had a main man that, like, scored all the goals for Cheltenham Town. So, because they have no clinical firepower and the teams above them, like, do have some sort of firepower or, like, how can I put it? They have like the one person that does score all the goals for them. It's 24th in relegation for Cheltenham Town. Now in 23rd place, I have got AFC Wimbledon. Now, to be honest, guys, losing striker Joe Pigott to Wigan Athletic seems to be a vital loss for Wimbledon, as now their only key striker, like on paper, seems to be Ollie Palmer, who registered 5 goals in 23 appearances last season. So it's 23rd and relegation down to League 2 for AFC Wimbledon. So in 22nd place, also getting relegation, I have got Morecambe. Now, the big thing for Morecambe is, even though they did get promotion through the playoffs into League One, they have lost manager Derek Adams to Bradford City, and they've lost a few players too. I know a couple of players did go to Bradford as well from Morecambe, so which boosts Bradford's chance for the League 2 season. But this isn't the League 2 video, guys, it's the League 1 predictions video, and we are talking about Morecambe. Now, the problem is, guys, they only got one striker who has the firepower in Cole Stockton. Now, Cole Stockton scored, I think it was 13 goals last season for Morecambe in League 2. So can he keep up that form? Who knows? But for now, it's 22nd and relegation for Morecambe. Now, concluding the relegation places off in 21st place, losing the status in League One, I have got Fleetwood Town. Now, I would have put them higher up the table, but losing out on Glenn Whelan and Mark Duffy does seem to be a vital loss for Fleetwood in terms of the experience department. However, they have signed forward Anthony Pilkington, so he does bring some experience back in the side. But the question remains, where will Fleetwood Town get the goals from this season? So for now, unless they can answer that question, it's 21st and relegation for Fleetwood Town. So guys, 20th place for me is a key one, and not that many would expect. And at the moment, I have got Cambridge United. So you do realise, guys, everyone's talking about it. They did lose Paul Mullen to Wrexham, who was the top goal scorer in League 2. However, they still do have Joe Ironside, who got 14 goals for Cambridge United last season. So they do have a fireman, like a firepower in the striker in the clinical department of Joe Ironside. So if he can replicate that form as he did in League 2 last season into League 1, I do believe that Cambridge United can stay up this season. But the problem I see is that they do need another proven striker to be able to go higher up the leagues. But to be honest, for now, I reckon Cambridge fans will be happy with 20th place and staying up in League 1. So I'm going to get the next two teams up for you on screen now. So we'll start off with 19th place. And in 19th place, I have Shrewsbury Town. Now for me, the defence is too good to go down, but they do lack in attack. With 33-year-old Sean Whaley scoring 9 goals for Shrewsbury last season. However, Shrewsbury have just signed striker Ryan Bowman from Exeter City, who scored 14 goals in League 2 last season. But the question remains, how will Ryan Bowman get on in League 1? Will he replicate that form that he had for Exeter City over into Shrewsbury Town, or will he, like, flop? That's the question remains, guys. And for me, it's 19th place for Shrewsbury Town. Now moving on into 18th place, we have newly promoted Bolton Wanderers. Now Bolton have made a few signings this window, such as centre-half Will Amerson from Plymouth Argyle and striker Amadou Bakayoko from Championship side Coventry City. Now, Bolton also have striker Owen Doyle, who scored 19 goals last season in League 2. So, for me, if he can replicate that form over into League 1, Bolton will have a very good season staying in League 1 and they'll be able to improve on that. But for now, it's 18th for Bolton Wanderers. Now, in 17th place, I have got Burton Albion. Now, Jimmy Floyd, Hasselbank's Burton Albion are in 17th for me. If they can manage to keep Kane Hemmings fit for the season, he will for sure bang in the goals for Burton Albion. And to be honest, it's not really much to say, apart from obviously we all know that Kane Hemmings did bang in the goals last season for Burton, and if kept fit, he will bang in the goals this season for Burton. So for me, it's 17th for Burton Albion. Now for 16th this season, I do have Plymouth Argyle. Now, it sounds like a strange one having Plymouth Argyle in 16th position, but if they can keep hold of Luke Jepcott, the striker for them last season, who's 21 years old and scored 16 goals for Plymouth Argyle, then I can see an improvement on the horizon for Plymouth, but for now, it's 16th for Plymouth Argyle. Now, in 15th place, I do have Doncaster Rovers. Now, Doncaster, they've got a very good striker in Fredgy already. Now, to be honest, guys, I don't know how to pronounce Fredgy's last name, so we are just going to call him Fredgy for the purpose of this video. Now, they've added to the strike force by signing striker Jordi Hyrule to go along with Omar Bogle. Now, imagine if all three of them could hit the highs that Doncaster fans or any other football fan knows that them three can hit. They'll be higher than 15th this season for sure, but for now, in this predictions video as it stands, it's 15th for Doncaster Rovers. Now in 14th place, I do have Gillingham. Now don't get me wrong, they have made two very good defensive signings, signing defender Reece Bennett from Carlisle United and Max Emma from League 2 now Bristol Rovers. Now, they've also got two very good strikers in Oliver Verdine and John Akinde. And to be honest, going forward for Gillingham, I do believe they do need another proven striker to go alongside them two this season in terms of competition. And if they do get another proven striker, then Gillingham will be for sure higher than 14th this season. But for now, it's 14th for Gillingham. So in 13th place, just missing out on exactly mid-table, we do have MK Dons. Now don't get me wrong, they have just lost manager Russell Martin to Swansea City at the time of recording this video. So they have lost a big thing in the manager, obviously Russell Martin going to Swansea. And it could be proven to be such a big loss for MK Dons, where they do have a terrible season. But I'm going to go with the positives right now. So, Will Grigg has returned back on loan to Sunderland. However, MK Dons have come out and signed Mohamed Aissa from now Championship Peterborough United. Now, if Aissa can get his form that he had in the 1920 season, then to be honest, MK Dons this season would not have a problem at all, because they'll just flourish. Now, also keeping Scott Fraser fit and in form, between them two could create such a quality strike force for MK Dons. So now on this prediction, it's 13th for Milton Keynes Dons. Now in 12th place, I do have Crewe Alexandra. Now for me, Crewe will be sitting dead on mid-table this season, and to be honest, what one hell of a player they have in striker Owen Dale. Now he scored 11 goals for Crewe last season, and to be honest, if he's kept fit, he'll bang even more in for them this season. And to be honest, it's just absolutely mental. Owen Dale is 22 years old, but for now, it's dead on mid-table and 12th place for Crewe Alexandra. Now in 11th place for me is Accrington Stanley. Now the main reason for Accrington Stanley being 11th in this predictions video is that they've managed to keep most of the team together from last season, as well as making additions to the team. Now Colby Bishop and Dion Charles managed to get 29 goals between them last season, and to be honest guys, if they are kept fit, then there'll be such a great strike force for Accrington this season. And for now, it's 11th for Accrington Stanley. So, guys, we are going to put the next two teams on screen for you now. So, in 10th place, I do have Charlton Athletic. Now, to be honest, Charlton have done very little business in this window, but they still have a good side nonetheless. But the main issue for Charlton is keeping striker Connor Washington fit, as he only seems to be the main man this season. And to be honest, it's 10th place for Charlton. Now, talking about 9th place, we do have Sunderland. And choosing between Sunderland and Charlton is a very tough one. But for me, I've gone 9th for Sunderland. But it's a controversial one, but the class that they have with Aidan McGeady and Lyndon Gooch is just absolutely phenomenal. Now, if Will Grigg can start to hit the highs that he did have, especially scoring 8 goals for MK Dons, but I mean like the highs that we all know he can hit that he had when he was at Wigan, then Sunderland will finish a lot higher than 9th. But by the form Will Grigg has had for Sunderland, I can't see Will Grigg being there much longer, so for me, it's 9th for Sunderland. And now in 8th place, I do have Oxford United. Now the difference between Oxford United and Charlton and Sunderland even is that Oxford United are strengthening in their attack this season. So one of the signings that they've made on loan is Gavin White. Now Gavin White was a part of Hull City's League One winning campaign last season, and now he joins Oxford United on loan this season. And also signing Ryan Williams from Portsmouth gives a big boost to Oxford as well. And if Matt Taylor can have another 3 goals scored in season like he has had since last season, then it can be proven to be very, very vital for Oxford United. So for me, it's 8th place for Oxford United. So between 7th and 8th place was a very, very tough one to choose from, but I've decided to give Lincoln City the edge over Oxford United and give Lincoln City 7th place. Now the main reason for giving Lincoln the edge over Oxford is the fact that they're not only reliant on one player to score the majority of the goals this season. Anthony Scully and Tom Hopper are the two main men for Lincoln City, and also the signings of Teddy Bishop from Ipswich Town and Chris Maguire from Sunderland also gives Lincoln's squad such a big boost. But unfortunately for Lincoln fans, I have got Lincoln City just about missing out on the playoffs this season. So it's 7th place for Lincoln City. Now in 6th place making the playoffs is Portsmouth. Now Danny Cowley has decided that he needs to strengthen on his defence. So he has went out and signed a right back Kieran Freeman from Championship side Swansea City, as well as signing centre half Clark Robertson from League One Rotherham United. So they've also signed defensive midfielder Sean Williams from Millwall and Ryan Tunnicliffe from Luton Town. Also, if Ronan Curtis and John McQuist can keep up banging in the goals for Portsmouth, they could easily reach the playoffs this season. So yes, guys, I have given it in this prediction 6th and the playoffs for Portsmouth. So in 5th place, I do have newly relegated Wycombe Wanderers. Now, Wycombe did get relegated from the Championship last season, but Fred Onyedinma has left Wycombe Wanderers, which is a big loss for Wycombe. But they've boosted it up by signing striker Sam Vokes from Stoke City. I can see Sam Vokes bagging a lot of goals this season, and obviously Adebayo Akinfenwa contributing a lot to Wycombe this season as well, thus getting Wycombe into the playoffs this season. So 5th and the playoffs it is for Wycombe Wanderers. So in 4th place this season, I have given it to Wigan Athletic. Now Wigan Athletic have re-signed midfielder Max Power from Sunderland, also adding to the sign they have also made from Sunderland signing striker Charlie Wyke this season. Now, not to mention, they have also signed striker Stephen Humphreys from League Two Rochdale, which gives their attack a big boost this season. If both of them strikers can replicate the forms that they had last season, scoring 11 goals and 26 goals. So basically, it's 37 goals between them two, and if they can replicate that, then they'll be absolutely on fire this season for both of them. So it's 4th place for Wigan Athletic this season. Now in 3rd place, I do have Rotherham United. Now even though Rotherham United did get relegated from the Championship, Rotherham's team on paper still looks good enough to go up, having strikers Michael Smith and Freddie Ladapo them two strikers alone will be key in Rotherham's season this season. So it's third place and just missing out on automatic promotion for Rotherham United. So we are down to the final two teams, but for second place and runners up, I do have Ipswich Town. Now, if you look at the firepower Ipswich Town have, they have Caden Jackson, James Norwood, especially new signings in Joe Piggott, Macaulay Bont and Connor Chaplin. The volume and the quality of their attack force does speak for itself. So for me, it's league runners up for Ipswich Town. Which now leaves me to the first place and league champions. And now I've given it to Sheffield Wednesday. Now, for the league champions, obviously being Sheffield Wednesday, it's a no-brainer. They've just signed Bailey Peacock-Farrell on loan from Burnley, and to be honest, it's a very good signing for the goalkeeper position. Now, overall, the quality of the players speaks for itself. Barry Bannon, Dominic Iorfa, Josh Windass, and even Callum Patterson. So for me, it's first and league champions for Sheffield Wednesday. So now, guys, we are going to conclude this video, but before we end up doing that, we are going to announce who we are giving the playoffs to. And we are giving the playoff winners to Rotherham United. Now, Rotherham United does speak for itself in Freddie Ladapo and Michael Smith being the key men for them this season. So the playoff final is going to Rotherham United. Now, yes, guys, we are now ending this video, so make sure you do smash a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Also, tap the bell for little bell for notifications and all that good stuff. And yes, guys, see you guys in the championship predictions. Peace.